Have you ever wondered why your orchid doesn't bloom the way it should, even though you've been feeding it regularly? It turns out that when you fertilize is just as important as how you do it. Today, we'll uncover 5 key conditions when fertilizing your orchid can do more harm than good, and why understanding this can keep your plants healthy and blooming for years. Do not feed dormant orchids. Many orchids, like dendrobiums and cymbidiums, go dormant during colder months, typically from fall to late winter. During this time, they naturally slow down, preparing for the next growth cycle. Fertilizing during dormancy can cause harmful salt buildup in the growing medium and damage the roots. Instead, flush the pot with water and let your plant rest. Avoid fertilizing weak or declining orchids. If your orchid is shedding its leaves, yellowing, or wilting, resist the urge to feed it back to health. For orchids like Phalaenopsis or Oncidiums, these symptoms often point to issues like overwatering, pests, or root rot, not lack of nutrients. Feeding at this time won't help and might make matters worse. Focus on identifying the problem and giving your orchid the time it needs to recover. Hold off on fertilizing during blooms. When orchids like Cattleyas or Miltonias are flowering, their energy is focused on producing stunning blooms. Feeding with high nitrogen fertilizer during this phase can disrupt flowering and lead to bud drop. Instead, reduce feeding as soon as buds appear and enjoy the show. Skip fertilizing if you see salt buildup. Over time, tap water and fertilizers can leave behind salt residues in the growing medium. White powdery deposits or spots on leaves are telltale signs. Excess salts can damage roots and slow growth. When you notice this, flush your orchid's pot thoroughly with distilled water to remove the buildup before resuming a feeding schedule. Avoid fertilizing during stress or pest infestations. Temperature extremes or pest problems can put your orchid under stress. Orchids like Vandas or Zygopetulums won't absorb nutrients effectively under these conditions, leading to salt buildup and further damage. First, resolve the stressor, whether it's pests, drafts, or temperature swings. Once your orchid recovers, reintroduce a diluted fertilizer gradually. Understanding when not to fertilize is a vital part of orchid care. These plants thrive when their natural rhythms are respected. So next time you're tempted to feed your orchid, think about its current phase and environment. A little patience and observation can go a long way toward healthy, vibrant blooms. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more practical gardening advice. Have a question about orchid care? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to help.